out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Attention! Bold crusher! It's time for the Freddy Chico show to begin. Open up your ears and listen closer. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watching clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watching clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I speak for the truth of my people, I will never quit. No fear in my heart, they keep talking while I'm living this. Kneel for the spirit of the fallen, call him Japanese. Them soldiers always raising up our Fifth Street adolescents. They lost in the zone of a fatal scene. True facts in the story only carry weight. Keep the grind on your mind each and every day. But don't copy off of mine, eat what's on your plate. Respect the Huey P. and Bobby Seale. Malcolm X and the King, cause the dream is real. What I said, and I mean it all. If you're looking for the real Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watching clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show. I'm here for the justice of my people living by the code. Feeling in strong, watching clowns all get exposed. My energy never fade. I'ma give them the best of my wordplay. Freddy Chico show.
What's going on, y'all? Hopefully y'all can hear me and there's not no echo. I forgot I had to put my headset in. Testing 1, 2. Freddy Chico is back on Facebook and YouTube. And I do not know how to take the damn speakers off. They're messing up. I know there's a way to figure this out. I probably just messed up. Nope, don't want to do that. I have to just do this so I can hear myself. But y'all let me know if y'all having issues with the sound. I'd appreciate it. Oh, gave me sunglasses. I didn't even notice that. And I'm on Instagram too. So for the Instagram people. But yeah, as my boy Walter said, I am currently suspended on TikTok for harassing and bullying myself. I was making fun of myself because I was struggling on the treadmill, and I got suspended for it. Other than, I know I trigger Republicans all day long, so there was nothing I said that deems worthy of suspension on when I'm talking about them. But yeah, so I don't put it past them constantly trying to get me suspended. But TikTok is supposed to be reviewing it right now, and hopefully it'll be fixed by tomorrow. If not, I'll be on Facebook tomorrow. But the topic we wanted to talk about tonight on Politics Tuesday is this overwhelming, or this new trend of triggered Republicans upset by the raid on on a Tangerine toddler's house. Now, unarmed black men aren't allowed to protest when other unarmed black men are murdered by the police, but armed white men can stand outside the FBI headquarters in Phoenix, and there's no problem with that. No shots fired, no aggression. No one's sitting there like, hey, this is what we need to do. Y'all need to disperse. Y'all need to go home. No problem. They armed to the teeth, body armor, all that kind of good stuff. Nobody has a problem with that. But let a black man say, I don't like that you killed another black man, it's a problem. How dare you stand up for yourself and speak, not shoot and destroy or blow up things like they want to claim that's what they did to justify any type of aggression that they have or feelings for them. And I mean, the level of decency that you have to have and not have no issues with people like let it go or slide. Lauren Boebert's husband keeps breaking the law, but yet she's still a congressperson, or there's no bad marks on her about that. Destruction of personal property, no problem with that. Absolutely, Walter. I mean, they're actually, you see all these TikTok videos where they are celebrating, Because my thing is that really a crime in Russia for what she did? And let me know of any other criminal that's in jail for 9 years for what she did. And that this is not a political thing because they're upset their plant, their buddy, the Tangerine toddler, is no longer president, so they want to do something as their part of the temper tantrum and do something to an American. Because I guarantee these Republicans don't even think Brittany Griner's American or look at her as an American. Like you said, they're treating her like a terrorist. And you missed it. Had this guy on TikTok, Big Ol' Bear. He just claimed he was just a reasonable Republican, a respectable Republican, and he got exposed. So check that video out on TikTok, where he just went on this temper tantrum, talking about how he's so upset about the extreme, or what do you call it, the radical left. Is there any noise coming in? Hold on. Sounds like there was some feedback. Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't know what that was. Sounded like some feedback coming in. But he went on a temper tantrum where he was just like, oh, the radical left. Tiana Michelle, how are you doing? You doing okay? I'm on the gram. You told me to get on the gram, so I got on the gram. Don't run away. Don't run away. Anyways, and I didn't even know that until after they started rejoicing that, you know, because like I said, that is despicable that she knelt like Cap, but all these things, January 6th was okay. The cops that lost their life was okay. You're not mad at them. And again, all these people that are like, Blue Lives Matter, obey the law, comply. Just comply. Y'all didn't comply January 6th. What's going on, A.G. Downey? Representing Instagram, how are you? He said, what the what? What the what? Welcome to Politics Tuesday. We are talking all things politics on Tuesday. But now, you know, again, all this Blue Lives Matter didn't matter January 6th. And also, now that the Tangerine toddler got raided, they're threatening law enforcement all over the country. They're saying, you know, FBI needs to be defunded. Now, they were the main one telling them, oh, these radical left just want a lawless land. They want to defund the police. But y'all want to defund the FBI. Come on, son. Keep on. Does that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not saying I am 100% behind the radical left either, but absolutely they don't act like the radical right exists. You know, all this stuff about, you know, the abortion issue. As much as I don't agree with it, I really don't care. I really don't care, because on one side of it, I don't agree with the abortion used for birth control, but at the same time, they're having a problem with their poor Caucasians utilizing abortions more than they would have liked. So it's like, with that being said, that means they are on the path, the trajectory of being a minority soon. And so I'm like, who am I to get in front of that? Yeah, I've been on TikTok. But I got suspended today. Was it today? Yeah, goodness gracious. I'm getting old. I got suspended today while I was on the treadmill. I do 30 minutes of walking on the treadmill. And because I was referring to some triggered Republican, somebody got in their feelings and they reported my live. So it shut my live down mid stream when I was doing the walk, and I'm like, I get a lot of my encouragement from the live to help me keep going during the walk, and so they try to discourage me today. But I got the walk in, and TikTok is looking into it. They were able to fix the last time they did this crap, so I'm hoping, you know, somebody will review it and see, look, there was nothing done, you know what I mean? Um, right, but I mean, and like I said, even though his skin is orange, you said the Tangerine is a huge hypocrite. No one else in recent times has been in so much trouble for doing dumb things. That white privilege. He's allowed to do that. Now let Obama even act like he wanted to. Think about it, and they would have been on him. I gotta. You know what I got. Come on, it's not gonna stop. My energy never fades. Uh-oh. What happened? Okay. Facebook is acting up. Did y'all see that? It like did a whole reset. Let's see if my Wirecast is acting up. No? Strong connection. YouTube is okay. Was it blimp or something? Something came up. But yes indeedy. I wrote graffiti on the bus. Still at it. It doesn't. And I just want to have rational conversations about it. Because at the same time that I am acknowledging there is certain exceptions that I'll have about abortion. But when people call groups the reproductive rights, but they're not trying to reproduce nothing, I have a problem with that. Because even when people call Planned Parenthood and most of the stuff is about killing the baby, you're not planning for parenthood. Now, they say Planned Parenthood has like counseling and other things, so okay, that'll be, indicative of the name. But if you're killing the babies, what you planning parents? You're not planning any parenthood. Absolutely, they would treat Obama like Cap and Griner. And I'm still with Cap. And the 49ers are still a racist organization. I'm a fan, but they're a racist organization. I'm not going to deny that. Because for them to say that Cap was not a fit for their system, and then they draft someone that is exactly what Cap is, and all of a sudden they're potentially Super Bowl contenders with this second-year quarterback, Keyboard said, we could have had 3 or 4 championships under our belt had we re-signed Cap. But their racist, cowardly nature wouldn't let them do it. Especially how great our defense is. And we got that racist on the defensive end, Bosa. Absolutely. You hit it on the head. It's white privilege. If we do something, it's criminal. If they do something, it's patriotic. The same exact act. If they say they don't like something about their country, they're passionate about their country. If we say we don't like something about our country, we need to leave. We hate our country. Ali, I'm talking to your brother on Facebook. I didn't recognize the AG Downey. I should have Downey, but Walter, I'm talking to your sister on Instagram. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting anybody, Somebody said I haven't used Instagram in so long. Come on. Absolutely. Cap and Debo, get out of here. It would be crazy. Crazy. Mm-mm-mm. And Jimmy did not even take him to the Super Bowl. That running game. Dap is in the building. What's going on, sir? Salute to you. Welcome to Politics Tuesday. How many Republican friends do you still have on your friends list? But I actually did a whole week just on abortion. Every day I took a different angle at it. On Monday it was Spiritual Monday. I did the spiritual aspect of abortion. Tuesday politics. Wednesday relationship aspect, and Friday racist aspect of it. And at the end of the day, when I was like, look, let's just break it down simplistically, as simple as possible. Either hold both men and women responsible, or hold both men and women irresponsible. But don't pick and choose. If it's good for one, it should be good for the other. Now, a lot of these so-called pro-choice would actually call pro-life pro-forced birth. And I'm like, nobody forced you to lay down. Because let's think back. When men wanted to be irresponsible, when men didn't want to be accountable, step up, be responsible, the talk was, no, you should have thought about that before you laid down. You need to take care of your responsibilities. Be a man. Be accountable. All that stuff. They didn't have the right to say, I have male autonomy. Come on, male autonomy. I should have the right. You shouldn't force me to do something I don't want to do. But that's exactly what women are saying now. You shouldn't force me to have birth, to give birth, because it's my body, my choice. Where's all this? You should have thought about that before you lay down with that dude. Or any dude, if you're not willing to give birth. Or better yet, when y'all talking about vasectomies, have a hysterectomy. Because tube tie is not 100% either. But a hysterectomy is. You don't want to have children? No problem. You want to have all the sex you want to have a hysterectomy. Problem solved. But no. You want to be able to go to Vegas, go all these places, have one-night stands, and have no consequences for those actions. I don't agree with that. And don't tell me all this. Oh, and that was the other thing, too. Do your research. There is over 90% of all abortions are elective abortions. So I get it why a lot of people are upset about abortions. Less than 5% of abortions are for medical reasons and for health of the baby, or threatening the health of the baby, or threatening the health of the mother. Less than 5%. And I'm like, I said, nah, that can't be right. Because they're always talking this crap about, well, you know, there's only a few things that do this and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's not, and they love to use essay. On TikTok, they say essay instead of the R word. Because I guess that's a trigger word or whatnot. But they always want to use that as the shield. Like, that's the reason why it should be free access to it, because of that particular situation. When they know it don't apply to them. Or they'll make up a story or have one story of some 10-year-old that got assaulted and had to go through so much hoops and hurdles to get an abortion done. When, like, to me, why are we waiting 4 months to let this child go through all these changes instead of addressing it and attacking the situation immediately? The same way you was in there getting the kit done so you can get evidence to find out who did this to this child. You allow her to carry a baby for 4 or 5 months and then go, oh yeah, I think we should do this. Absolutely. Because they didn't want to lose accreditation. You know? And they're funding for doing something that is not, and this is the other thing that I can't stand that the left says. Abortion is health care. Shut up and sit down. Have a seat. It is not health care. Because just like you said, you can't go to the hospital and get one done. You got to go to a clinic. That too, and I'm glad you said that. Absolutely, Ali. Absolutely. They do. They do need to be more responsible. When they say abortion is women's health, they have no clue what abortion does to the woman's body. They really think it's. I mean, these are the same people that are also saying, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. But they think it's like getting a pedicure or a manicure. It's not the same thing. I mean, even a mammogram is nicer than this. And a mammogram is not nice. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get graphic on that, but mammograms are not nice. Yeah, and I'll defend them on this part, Walter. Most Republicans are not Christians. And that's what I hate when left say that. It's the overzealous Christians. No, it's not. There's like 2 or 3 of them that actually claim that they're, and they don't, and they're not genuine. You know, but it's cowardly left that are like, they're not brave enough to actually talk about the white supremacy angle of this. That they're going to blame Christianity because they hate religion. And it's popular to hate religion. Now, there are some Republicans that are, I've actually seen some churches that have streamed live, or somebody in their congregation is streaming their live. And there's some nut jobs out there that are pastors. I'm not going to lie. Absolutely, it's trauma. Trauma. I mean, something, not only physical trauma, but mental trauma for that woman. There are people that have said stories that they've had, an abortion when they were a teenager, and they're in their 50s and 60s and still haunts them. They still think about it. But they're not talking about that part. They're like, it's like, oh, we should be able to do it 6, 7 times. Don't care. My body, my choice. Sorry. But when I tell them about, okay, well, maybe you had a change of heart. Maybe you don't have those same feelings that these corny people had in the early 80s and 90s or whatnot when they want men to be responsible. So, since you don't want to be responsible as a woman, are you now going to be okay with men not being as responsible as well? Are you like, okay, now you want to allow men not to have to pay child support because they don't feel like they should have to? Their money, their choice? Or is it you still, no, they still need to be responsible if the woman decides to have this child, they need to pay for it, and her. But if the woman decides at any point she don't have to do it, she don't want to do anything, she don't have to do it because that's forcing her. And there's so many women panderers on TikTok. So many. I had this guy, I was talking, guy named Black Guru on TikTok. He's on YouTube as well. Asked this clown, what are the roles of him and his wife? And the guy was like, what do you mean rules? What do you mean rules? I'm not a white Christian. And he didn't say nothing about white or Christian. But because he didn't want to answer the question, he wanted to act dumb. And go, we both do it. Because the guy asked me, he said, why don't women cook and clean anymore? And he's like, because they're tired. That's so easy. Either because they're tired. He's like, what do you mean they're tired? Well, they had to work 8 hours. And so nobody wants to work 8 hours and have to come home and cook and clean. If you're single, what the hell do you think you're going to do? Don't give a damn if you're tired or not. You got to get it done. But magically, because you got a husband, you have the right to say you're tired? You know how many times me and my wife have to do things despite the fact that we're tired? Like, are you kidding me? It is, Walter, it is. But, and then in the next sentence, he goes, I work, which I doubt he does, but when he comes home, he cooks and cleans, which means that's what actually happens because he don't do nothing. And he has 5 kids or something like that. Absolutely. But this corny woman panderer was like, no, women are tired. And all these women are eating, yeah, we're tired, But he's not tired. Because like I said, I don't believe he actually works. I believe he thinks because he has a t-shirt business, that's his business, that he's a businessman. But you're not working. You're sitting at the house hoping somebody buy a shirt. I bought one of his shirts. But that's not work. I have merch, but that's not work. I mean, well, in part to get to where I am, yes, that was work. But nowhere near comparison to somebody going out working 12, 14 hours. Not the same. Too many Jared Jacksons out here? Absolutely. I mean, I am not trying to be as extreme that Black Guru was, where it's like, these are the specific roles that women should do this and men should do this. It's like, what works for your family, it may be different from another family. I have no argument for that. Do what works. Do what work within your strengths. Some people's strengths aren't that. You want a woman cooking that can't cook. Just because she's supposed to be the cook because she's the woman, I can cook. There's plenty of men that cook well. Matter of fact, most of your celebrity chefs are men. But for some reason, we just kind of look at it like, oh, it's the women that are like the exclusive cooks. No, oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know that was Spirit Airlines, but yeah, she should have got knocked the hell out. I mean, he did get a couple licks in on her, but that was corny. I did see all of them trying to protect. Yeah. Yep. And to me, he was still nice. But, that's just dysfunctional as all get out. I mean, because she just knew she should be able to put her hands on him with no repercussions. Because after he went straight for it. Now she's kind of like cowering, like, oh my gosh, why is he doing this? You were actively swinging on him, but you don't think he should swing back? You that mad? Okay. Absolutely. Being tired is no excuse. There's so many things as a parent you don't feel like doing, but you do because you have to handle business. But again, if you're a woman panderer, it don't make sense to you. You're so hell bent on catering and worshiping women. It actually your brain just it goes into overload. You can't function. But what else? What else? So yeah, on my TikTok, I would sit there and have like open chat, and as soon as I put this hat on, all the appreciate you dap. All the Republicans will get in there and just be irritated, talking about, oh, why you on that Democratic plantation? Because you care about slaves being free. Well, Republicans were for blacks then, but they're not now. They might have been then, because most of them were the North, and they still were racist then. They just didn't have a need for slaves like the South did. So some fought for blacks, but not all. Sounds good for y'all, but not all. But it's like, okay, so y'all care so much about me being on the Democratic plantation, y'all ready for black reparations? Okay, wait a minute, but I thought they're the plantation. Why aren't you on the forefront, the front runner on getting blacks reparations? Pay us what you owe us, because you care about us being slaves on the Democratic plantation. And then you get these cowardly blacks that will agree to that crap because they're grifting or whatnot, Candace Owens and others. And y'all point to them and go, see, they got in line. Why can't you get in line? Uh-oh, I think Facebook thinks I just cursed. I didn't curse, did I? Yeah, yeah. Because again, they always want one side on that. When they go, oh, teach your sons to be cookers and cleaners, but they're not going to teach their daughters to pay freaking bills. Do that. Men aren't providers. Adults are providers. Absolutely. Lincoln didn't care about no slaves. And he definitely didn't see blacks as equal. But the other thing is these Republicans want you to believe they don't really like immigrants. They love immigrants. They just know that's the carrot that racist, poor white people will eat off of and support them. Because you look at any construction, any blue-collar job, it's full of immigrants. by choice, not by force. They know they can pay them very little wages under the books or under the table. What do you say? Under the table, and get over like a fat rat, and then get in front of a camera and talk about how they don't want open borders and all that bullcrap. Bullcrap. Y'all the one funding it. No different than the war on drugs, and y'all the ones funneling in the drugs. Get on camera saying, hey, just say no. Drugs are bad. How they getting in here? Oh, they paid me. Y'all letting them in the front door. It's not that hard to find. People always act like, oh, they're smuggling in this way and they're getting creative. No. The majority of the drugs we let in, and we know exactly who is doing it and how it's being done. But there's so much money in it, they're bought. Dumb people think that. Talking about Lincoln was supposed to be black. No, not even close. Not even close. But when a lot of times, and this is something that's taught, when black people are supposed to like somebody, they also become black. Like everybody black people like Clinton. He was black. Oh, he can play saxophone. That makes him black. Black people like Italians, that makes them black. Black people like Puerto Ricans, that makes them black. They really think Jennifer Lopez is black. What's her name? Shakira. They think she's black. Like, stop it. I know. Like I said, they don't care about illegals. You know how many Caucasian illegals are in this country? And they don't even look at them? I knew one and didn't know she was illegal. If you ever talk to her, she sounded like she's from Alabama. But she was a Russian immigrant. Had no idea. And it took her so long to get her green card. Don't know, if it was on her or on the system, but nobody cared. They didn't care one bit. If he shut down my Facebook, I don't think both Walter and Dap looked at the same time. So YouTube is done. Absolutely nothing. We made it to 45 minutes. That's pretty good for our first round on Facebook and YouTube. You do the same. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. It's weird because Facebook tells me what I'm actually saying, so I can read what I said. They're got voice to speech to typing thing going on Facebook. Alrighty. If y'all are typing anything, Walter and or Dap, I do not see it. But anyways, I think this was awesome for the first time. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Shout out to Dap, Ali, and Walter for hanging out with me on Politics Tuesday. Like I said, always, you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're able to learn, you're able to go and teach. I love you, and there is nothing, even my... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Test. 1, 2. Ah, that's why. Okay. Hello? Hello? Hello, hello. They are playing games with me. Oh, wait a minute. I can hear myself on that. I just can't hear it from myself. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, let's make sure I get this right. Clear, 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 and boom. Okay. All right. Like I said before, you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're never too old to learn. You're never too young to teach. I love you, and there is nothing you can do about that. Chico out.